time for Around the Ozarks in 5. Brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you on Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We're thrilled to be with you, thrilled to have our new sponsors on board. So thank you to all of them. You just heard about them. And we're going to have a great time with our podcast this morning. So let's begin, as we always do, with news.
All right. Tomorrow is Election Day in Missouri, and it's a fairly big April election in Springfield. The Springfield Public School District has a $220 million bond issue that would pay for new school buildings, renovations to others, security upgrades. Springfield voters will also be deciding on a lodging tax question, as well as some city council seats, including mayor and some school board positions. The polls will be open tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., so get out to vote. It was another consecutive weekend of tornadoes for some people. This weekend, hitting 10 states, including Arkansas, left at least 26 people dead. Convoy of Hope is currently responding to multiple locations in Arkansas where those tornadoes left quite the trail of destruction. Convoy is also delivering some essential relief supplies to Indiana, specifically in Whiteland and Sullivan. And Convoy is offering aid in Mississippi, of course, following the deadly tornadoes that hit there 9 days ago now.
Yeah, it's been a very, very busy spring with tornadoes so far. And then we're going to be watching out tomorrow for the chance for some very strong storms. So,
which, speaking of strong storms tomorrow, plan your election day accordingly, because the weather actually does impact elections every time. For good or for bad, as far as numbers go, it is a track record of weather having an impact on that. So
yeah, it's interesting. Usually the election we're talking about weather is the November election, whenever there could be winter weather in some parts of the country. But yeah, we're talking about spring storms tomorrow. The Missouri State Fire Marshal's reporting on what went wrong when the train at Silver Dollar City derailed with passengers on it back in October. You remember this. The report says contributing factors, there were several of them, included uneven wear on a side bearing that allowed the train car to lean, loose bolts, uneven springs, misaligned rails, and inconsistent railroad tie spacing. 6 passengers and 1 employee suffered injuries when the train car they were in tipped over. SDC says it has made safety improvements and the train is now running properly again. The lawsuit filed to try to stop a new development at Sunshine and National in Springfield will continue. A judge in Greene County denied a motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed by some residents of Springfield's University Heights neighborhood. Developers there are asking for rezoning to allow a 6-story tall apartment building with stores and restaurants on the bottom floor, and that would be the northwest corner of the intersection of Sunshine and National.
All right. Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson is running for president in 2024. He served 2 terms as governor in Arkansas, leaving office earlier this year. He is now the 3rd Republican to announce his candidacy. Downtown Springfield YMCA is now closed for good. We told you it was coming, and now it has happened. The last day was Friday. The Y blames dropping membership numbers and increasing cost. YMCA members can utilize the Pat Jones YMCA on Republic Road.
Yeah, that's a shame because it's good to have 2 Y locations in Springfield if possible. The problem with that location is that it was such a super old building that it was a little outdated. So I think maybe people didn't go there as much as the YMCA obviously would have liked.
The one on Republic Road is always busy.
It is, yeah.
Not always, but like peak times, there are peak people. So, yep.
Opening day for the Springfield Cardinals coming up on Thursday. The Redbirds will play Wichita Thursday evening at 6:30. And for people at the game, KY3 is guaranteeing a temperature of at least 65 degrees for the 6 when the pregame festivities start at about 6. So if it's lower than that, if it's colder than that, fans will get a free ticket for another Cardinals game that they can attend this month.
I like it. I like the gimmick. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's clever. It's clever. So 65, we'll see. And that leads me to weather. And we were talking about the storms tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon and evening. Could be very severe in some spots. Today, though, is going to be beautiful. It's 80 degrees approximately, 80 degrees and sunshine. We skipped right over the 70s, I think. We went from like 50s,
Is
maybe,
it 80?
and then 80.
75 is the last I saw. So you're telling me 80?
Well, I mean, I don't make up the numbers. I just read them off a chart.
Right.
Then almost close to 80 tomorrow, and then the cold front moves through, and thus the storms and potential tornadoes. I certainly hope not. Wednesday will be back down to the 50s. Thursday in the 50s. Friday inching back up 62. Sunday 67. So there you go. That's basically the week.
All right.
And hey, listen, we are super excited. You heard at the very beginning of the podcast this morning that the Butterfly Palace, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern are all on board as sponsors of our podcast. We're thrilled about that. There's such great local companies that are doing such good, giving people places to be entertained. We've been to all three of them, I believe. And
I've been to 2 of the 3. In
Have
fact,
we
the
not been
one
to
that I
3?
haven't been to is the one that I should probably go to.
Adventure Cave?
Yes, I've been to Talking Rocks, took the kids, it was amazing. Been to Butterfly Palace, took the kids, it was amazing. But then I saw a video on Adventure Cave Tours, and it looks right up my alley, honestly. That's the one.
Okay. I feel like we'd been there, but I guess not. Maybe that was Talking Rocks.
Let me just say, there's no way you've been there because they were like crawling on their belly through a hole. So I can assure you, sir, that you haven't been there.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like me. But I go hold stuff for people.
It's true. And he stands on the shoreline and eats bagels and bonbons while you're drowning on an Ironman too. I mean, quite the support crew. Quite the support crew.
I have been known to do, but I have a cell phone. I can call anybody at any
911,
time.
Aunt Ray Ray, like who do you need?
Anybody at any time, I can make a phone call. Hey, the first weekend of Major League Baseball season now in the books for 2023. The Cardinals won 2 of 3 against the Toronto Blue Jays up at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. The Royals, unfortunately, are still winless. They were swept by the Minnesota Twins in Kansas City. But there's a lot of baseball left. 159 games left, so they can get back on the positive side.
That's the thing about baseball. I want to be a bigger fan than I am. I realize that I'm married into fandom, but 159 games
Left.
Who has that kind of an attention span?
Left after the first 3 gone over the weekend. Well, baseball's a great thing to have on while you're doing other stuff, right? You can listen to 105.1 The Bull. You can hear St. Louis Cardinals games now in the background. It's fun just to listen to it and keep up with what's going on. You can, if you can find Bally Sports, you can watch baseball, but a lot of people can't find that anymore. It ain't easy, I'll tell you that.
And by the way, you can still win tickets to a St. Louis Cardinals game at Busch this season.
How do we do that?
You enter to win, go to aroundtheozarks.com on the website, enter to win, and we will let you know. The drawing is going on right now. So you have until April 6th, I believe. So that's 3 more days to go to Around the Ozarks. We told you about it last week, but it's still going on. Yep. So go get registered at the website, aroundtheozarks.com. And then there's you can pick several different games throughout the summer that would work for your schedule. So there you go.
That's fantastic. I hope, can we enter? That'd be nice.
No. I know. I remember there were some radio stations that I did news for that had different things that I wanted to enter. And I was told that that's not appropriate.
You can't do that. I always wanted to enter the Dream Home thing that's on
KSBR.
St. Jude Dream Home, but it was on KSBR, and KY3 owned both. So I couldn't even win that. So you asked
the boss and they said no.
Yeah, I probably would have won that. From baseball to soccer, the brand new St. Louis City soccer team is now 5-1 on their inaugural season. Unfortunately, over the weekend, they suffered their first loss of the season Saturday night. That was up in St. Louis, and I was up in St. Louis Saturday. I drove right by this, not right by, but from 64, you can see the stadium It was my first time seeing the stadium. It was all lighted up. There's people walking on the streets everywhere. So I was jealous that I wasn't going to the game, but they lost. So
Light it up.
so
I appreciate your grammar.
first, yes, lighted. It's their first, although you could say lit. Either one is okay. Lit is acceptable now. But I digress. The club set a new Major League Soccer record by winning the first 5 games of their existence. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it 6, but they're really, really doing incredibly well.
Okay. The Branson Landing is getting a new restaurant. We've been telling you about lots of new restaurants coming to town, many of them chains, while many others are closing, which is sad and too bad. So now Bricktown Brewery is moving to the Landing in Branson. They already have a location in Springfield, South Springfield. It's on Independence in Springfield, and it's always super popular. So they are going to open up right across the street or right across the walkway, I should say, from the Branson, the Bass Pro Shops on the Branson Landing. Yes. The first
that's
one
exciting.
was OKC. Did you know that?
Yeah, it started. I think we went to the first one in Bricktown, didn't we?
Yes.
You took me to
That's where it got
Bricktown.
its name. Oklahoma City has an area called Bricktown.
Yeah.
So Bricktown Brewery 30 years ago opened their first location there in Bricktown, and then they kept the name.
No, I think we went with some friends in Tulsa to our first Bricktown, and then it came to Springfield. But we're big fans.
Yes, we are big fans. It is good food. It's probably really unhealthy for you because Ethan gets the fried chicken strips.
The kids
They've got to be so unhealthy, but man, they're good. Man, they're good. And I get their cauliflower crust pizza because it's amazing. Okay, now to this. Silver Dollar City is in the running for best theme park in America in a poll from USA Today. SDC is up against 19 other theme parks across the country. USA Today is counting votes for the next 3 weeks from now through April 24th. SDC's Time Traveler is up for best roller coaster, and Branson's Whitewater is nominated in the best outdoor water park category.
Yep. I voted for them last night, and just to see what the vote was like, and Silver Dollar City was in second place.
Silver Dollar City behind who?
Cedar Point in Sandusky.
Been there.
That's where I was eating bonbons on the shoreline when you were running an Ironman, and then I went and rode roller coasters all day while you were racing. Remember that?
And then I had enough wherewithal to go ride roller coasters with you after the Ironman.
That's true.
At which point you said you didn't leave it all on the course. If you're still able to ride roller coasters. Doesn't that sound like something you'd say?
That sounds like the coach in me.
Oh man, right on Lake Erie. And it is a good park. I mean, they do have great rides, but I don't know if it's because I could barely walk by that juncture or not, but I feel like SDC easily takes the cake on that one. Don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, Cedar Point has a lot of roller coasters,
But only roller coasters.
No, they have other stuff, but it's a lot of top-notch roller coasters. So it's less of the theme, type thing that Silver Dollar City has a theme. There's no theme at Cedar Point other than roller coasters. I mean, it's the theme is let's go ride some rides. But if you want to do other stuff and eat all the great food, it's a choice, depending on which park is going to be your favorite. But we love Silver Dollar City here, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember going to SDC too as a kid, so I also have nostalgia attached.
Well, and they have good coasters. They have good coasters at Silver Dollar City. But so Cedar Point's always building like the newest, latest, greatest. So I'll be curious to see how Time Traveler does in that vote. Based
have
on
you
some
ridden
others.
it? You've ridden it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Multiple times. Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it, folks.
That's it. That's it for Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow, Election Day, and potential of some storms. So both of those things to be watched for tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.